welcome subjects, this is Mir Laboratories and we're playing Kerbal Space Program. Today we're going to be launching a mission out to Duna with a crew, because we're not going to set a probe. We all saw what happened last time, and I've got a new headset, so hopefully that should improve my sound quality and make this work a bit better. And we're back. I've designed the mission, and as you can see, the space station we have made, Space Labs, Mir Space Labs station, has just come around on the bright side, and we're about to launch to try and go for a direct intercept, as I'm making this a 3-part mission. By 3 parts I mean I'm putting 3 parts together in orbit. Anyway, so it will be 2 episodes, because I'm going to show 1 episode linking the whole thing up, and the next episode getting there and back, as this is called Duna and back again. Anyway, I think my throttle doesn't need to be too high. Oh god, my staging. I haven't set my staging. Quick. Right, that should work. Right, let's hope the rest will work now. Yeah. Crud. I can see so many things wrong with the staging. Go. Okay, I'm just time-lapsed the launch, and I am back. As you can see, I'm setting up a complicated maneuver to try and level out my orbit with that of the station. Basically, I've set it so my closest meet point also had my inclination change at it, and also my apoapsis, where I need to start to circularize. Now, I've managed to mix all those into one burn to correct them all in one go. Fuel saver. Not that I need to, I think I've got more than enough to get to the station. I just would like to do this as efficiently as possible. Efficiently. There we go. Change my wording a little bit. I think I slurred it anyway, that's the reason why I changed my wording. But yeah, obviously Jebediah is going to have to wait for the other parts to come up, so that's why I'm linking it all up at the station. Because if Jebediah is going to be waiting up there a while, he might as well wait in comfort. Alright, we're just going to go back to the map now and keep an eye on all of this. Let's just get rid of that. Okay. That's 0.2 at the moment. What's my apoapsis? It's going out. Uh-oh. I wasn't paying attention. This is where I have troubles. What's my closest intersect? And by reversing, it's going down. So we might as well speed up and then come back around to that intersect. Okay, and use my RCS for the final adjustments. Okay, and that's the closest I'm going to be getting it. Yeah, 0.6 is the closest I can get it. Now my inclination needs changing. So I'm just going to time warp around and do that. Still got plenty of fuel strapped on the back there. For speed change anyway. I just want to do an inclination change, which only needs RCS. So we'll get round to here and do our inclination change. Electric charge is doing fine. Oh god, we're speeding up. What's this? Descending node, so we need to point towards an ascending, which is that way, maybe? Yes, yes it is. Now let's start using that RCS. There we go, 0, 0. How far is away our interception? 0.1. I think that's going to be close enough. Yeah, going to be within 100 meters. That's going to be a nice close flyby. Speed relative to target. We'll zoom round till just before, and then what we're going to do is start adjusting where our ship is pointing so we can slow ourselves down in time. Here we go, we're coming up. How long we got now? A minute until intercept, so let's look retrograde, relative speed to our target. We do not need all this fuel, but I'm going to keep it on me purely because I want to make sure I don't decouple it now and then I see it just fly into the station and destroy it. That would be horrible. So we're going to keep it on me until I'm sure that it's going to miss the station, and then we'll do the rest of the docking by RCS. I hope it's a bit uneven at the moment for using RCS, but that's will be fixed when the interplanetary pods are attached. We can press 0 now. 0. Okay, they aren't linked to action group 0. That's awkward. I always link my solar panels to action group 0. Why are these ones not linked to 0? Okay. See, by using this as a little iron sight, I can tell I'm not going to hit the station. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. Here comes the station. Got to judge it right as to when to start burning. If I use that, I can tell just how far away it is, which helps. Obviously, knowing those things helps. Just checking my microphone wasn't muted and I wasn't talking to myself the whole time. Right, let's begin slowing down. I've got plenty of throttle, so we can throttle up whenever we need. Although we're slowing down quite a lot, so I think I might cut the throttle for now. Okay, coming in next to the station. There's our centre of mass, so it's got to be about there when we pass by. Okay, let's throttle up. Yeah, it's going to be a nice meet-up. Right, if you use my RCS, I can bring that over to us. There we go, and centralize. Centralize, it's another word I've made up today. I'm just on a word makey up spree. There we go. Right. That's definitely that decoupler, because I remember I've made a lot of mess ups on the staging, so let's get rid of that. And I've got a plan now. I've just come up with an idea. Let's not switch to that, switch to the station. Let's grab this little dude. How much RCS you got? Lots. Let's decouple you and dock. Wait, there's no docking node on the back. Never mind. Redock yourself, please. Let's just go back. And actually, that's where I want to link up my ship, is it not? It is. So we will actually quickly pilot you. VV chase. Quickly pilot you round to the opposite end, so you're out the way. Let's do you to. I haven't set my target, so I can't do it to relative to the target. There we go, relative to target. So now I know where my prograde and my retrograde is relative to said space station. Let's just kill that relative speed. Caps lock. Yes, that gives me fine controls, so I can control it a bit easier. Whee! God, this thing's so light, it just spins round. Forward. A bit too close maybe, so let's just there we go. Don't want to come in too close, I don't like bumping into the station if I can help it. And slow down. Haha, bit too much. Yep, very, very light craft. Slows down very, very fast. Okay. Now, spin. Point towards the pink marker on the nav ball. And give it a little tap. There we go, that ought to do it. Turn off my computer control, because otherwise it just messes up when trying to dock, because it'll resist the magnetic forces then. So there we go, docked. Now for the difficult part of trying to dock this ship. Boop. Yep, that's the thing I want. Good lord, I keep burping. I think I've got a bit of a gas problem. I do apologise. Okay. Solar panels, while I'm thinking about it. Extend. And extend. Just to make sure we don't run out of power. Not that I think we will. Right, let's look up a little. Lock that in. So as I said before, do not want to bump the station. Although we're that far away, we can look almost directly at it. And we'll still miss. I don't know if we've got enough central control to be able to move the maneuver around node around like this, but I'm going to try anyway. Forward. Right, 5.5 meters a second. Lovely, nice drifting speed. Let's just open up their shield. Ready. Well, while I'm slowly drifting in recent science news, there has been a lovely little discovery that oxygen is not important for complex life to form. Complex life can form without oxygen. And on this post where I saw this, I saw somebody say, well, that's not a major discovery. Really? That's not a major discovery? We used to think oxygen was important for things to go from single cellular to complex multicellular organisms, and he doesn't think that's important. It is, because that means there's a good chance we could find life elsewhere, and that's pretty much the big question. Are we alone? Anyway, this is taking a while. I'm going to use time warp. I just thought I'd mention that because it's interesting science news, and I think people should understand why it is interesting science news. Okay, we're going to have to reorientate ourselves a little bit here because I don't want to be lined up across the solar panels. Although it won't make a difference, the docking ports are up here, so it's not like we're going to be touching it. However, I will slow ourselves down a little bit and try to just kind of point ourselves down towards this station. Right, down, because I want to get lower. Make this docking a little bit easier. The closer I am to the port, the less I have to adjust things. Right, let's just kind of push that up. Okay, so we are still kind of descending towards it. I would do control from there, but that would really screw up my controls. So I'm just gonna mess around, just slight bits here and there. Okay, let's Nope, definitely that way. Definitely that way. Slow ourselves down. Don't want to overshoot. And see if I can just bring ourselves directly down on top. Bring that back. Oh, come on. The skill. The skill. Yes! Okay, so Jebediah is going to wait in orbit for a bit. He's going to get out of here because it's cramped conditions. RCS. He's going to go down and wait in the habitat module, so he's got a bit more room while he waits for the other parts to come up. He might play around in the science module as well, because science is fun. Okay, grab and board. There we go. Jebediah's waiting for the rest of the mission to go ahead. So yeah, that's well done first part. No, don't revert. Space Center. Had to cough there. Righty-ho. Into Space Hungary Bay, vertical assembly, thingy, jiggy. That's Duna and back again. Don't want that. Load. We'll mess around with its staging later. Engine delivery. Load. We're going to have to launch up 2 of these, because it's only delivering 1 engine at a time. But that should be enough to get us up there. Okay, I will fast forward the launch again. Okay, we've just passed over to the dark side, and fortunately this does not have that much electricity on board, so we've put it into a stasis for the night and zeroed out its speed so it won't go anywhere until the next day. I hope, anyway. So if we turn it up to 50 times speed, we can see we are actually drifting away from the station, which isn't good. So during the day, when the day comes, we will have to, there we go, get ourselves back towards the station. So, let's bring this back around. It's back out of stasis now because it's got power. And just got to correct this so it's pointing where we want it to point. It's so awkward when it's the retrograde marker because it's like inverted controls. Right, and forward. Towards the station. Well, not quite towards the station. We want to go towards the ship attached to the station. So let's aim, say, there. and just readjust our prograde marker. There we go, that ought to take us towards it. Do a little bit of time warp, because drifting slowly takes time. Okay, we are getting close, and it looks like we're actually on a collision course, so bring that back, readjust, bring that down. Okay, that ought to do it. Let's just kind of rotate round so our solar panels don't clip anything. Okay, target set as. Okay. As we're getting closer, I'll spin this round and couple those on to those. I did line them up in the VAB, so they should be perfectly lined up here. There shouldn't be any problems. You can see our engine has fuel. I had a problem. I did an entire launch and the engine didn't work. For some reason the fuel wasn't going through to the engine. I went back into the VAB, had a quick look. I found out because I used girders from the bottom of the fuel tank to where these are, because obviously I had to position them so they were about the centre for control purposes of bringing it into dock. Because I had girders there, it was cutting off the fuel feed. Made things a bit awkward. But yeah, I redid it and I had the girders come down from the top fuel tank and hold these in the centre instead. That basically made things a lot easier. So just got to point that at that pink marker, because I've got control of my docking port, and then forward, which will now be sideways instead, but because I've got redone the control point, it should all be perfectly lined up, and it's not perfectly lined up. That is awkward. But however, I can still control it as we come in. Right, okay. So I've got to spin left and right now to adjust my orientation a bit. And go side to side to adjust here. There we go, that's working, it's working. Just got to make sure these docking ports are aligned. They're all aligned. Turn off computer control. And there we go. First of the 2 interplanetary engines attached. It's looking good. Let's just make sure they're properly attached. Right click, undock, right click, undock. Yeah, as long as the undock sign comes up, that means they've completely docked and there shouldn't be any troubles. Okay, I'm going to go launch the second one now. Cannot believe I've made this mistake. I completely forgot about the solar panels. So what I'm doing is getting Jebediah out. He's going to go on a crazy mission, an EVA, to meet up with the Duna and back again engine delivery system, and he's going to open up the solar panels for it. There's no ladders on it, it can't grab onto it, so that's going to be problematic. However, he can it can then quickly zero out its speed. I can switch back to him, bring him back to the station. Okay, he's coming in fast. Might want to bring down his speed to make sure he doesn't go splat off the side of it. So yeah, this will be interesting. I believe you can manually open up the solar panels. At least I think I've done it before with a decoupling node after it ran out of power. So I should be able to do the same with panels. Just, get myself out of the way. Excellent, it works. Which means it will now be receiving power. Right, extend your panels. Jebediah, get away. Okay, kind of send him in the direction of the station and switch that one. Right, RCS-T. I need to set that as target. There we go. And forward. Just got to zero out your speed. You don't need to stop. You don't need to be on an intercept course. Just a zeroed out speed will do. That'll do. He's going in the general direction then as well. Okay, and Jebediah. Where's Jebediah? Jebediah. Right, let's get you back to the station. Okay, closing in. Whew, that was fun. I always like it when something goes wrong and you have to think on your feet to fix it. Best way to do it. Getting back inside the habitation module. Although I might as well get on board the ship. Although I won't be doing the mission till next episode. So habitation module for now. You can spend another night there, and then next episode we'll get the mission underway. Okay, coming in pretty fast. Ah, the fun. And slow down. There we go, perfect. Here's where I normally end up clicking outside the screen. Because in EVA, obviously, your mouse keeps moving as you move around the screen. Same inside ships, actually. But for some strange reason, Kerbal Space Program, when it's in full screen, doesn't restrict your mouse to the windowed area, well, to the screen, if you've got dual screens, which I have. So whenever my mouse goes to the right, it goes off onto my second screen, and which is why I've had so many crashes, because it's clicked outside the screen and Fraps just hasn't liked the fact that I've left the game and everything has crashed. Okay, so we kind of have this stuff under control. There we go, double clicks. By double clicks I mean I just clicked like a crazy person to make it work. Okay, let's just go chase on this. There we go. That's a lot of RCS being sprayed about the place. Or whatever it is. That's RCS means reaction control system. So, monopropellant. There we go. Lots of monopropellant being sprayed about the place. Right, go that away. There we go. And we are going where we want to go. Let's just get rid of that. You're no longer needed. Although you are going to crash into us in a bit, aren't you? That'll cause problems. Ooh, that was a cool picture. God, you best not hit the station and damage anything. Anyway, just quickly time warp this in. Okay, we are against the clock, and we are also getting low on monopropellant. We've just gone past halfway, thanks to all these problems. So, This will get interesting. I'm going to see if I can get this docked before I get round to the dark side. And as soon as we go round to the dark side, I will cancel and just zero out the velocity, because I don't want it to damage anything during the night. So, but I think we've got enough time. We should have enough time. Right, so bringing this in, I'm going to try and line it up and dock it up. If these engines aren't perfectly aligned, I'll be OCD off camera. But yeah, I will fix any issues with engines and stuff. Okay, we're pretty much there, so let's just zero out our velocity a second. Align myself. Okay. No, don't bring yourself back down. Thank you. And rotate. Right, that should be just dandy. Right, so down. Right, let's watch it from the side actually for vertical correction. I can barely see, so it's going to be kind of dark on YouTube. So watching any missions back will be awkward whenever it's this dark. Forward. No, 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 don't dock that one. Don't dock that one. Oh god, it doesn't actually have the power to pull itself out of the dock. I didn't want that to happen. Awkward thing. Right, okay, so I brought that in a little too close. RCS. Set as target. Alright, away and forward and a bit closer. This should do it just fine this time. Let's just rotate my ship a little bit because it's going off. Well, my engine, it's not a ship, is it? There we go. And dock yourselves. Undock. Undock, which means the whole thing's done just as it's gone dark. I think that one engine is unaligned. Let's just go around to the other side. Look at all that debris floating around. The station is in danger. It is surrounded by debris. That one's coming closer. Anyway. So, there's my engines. Zay is on, which is always good. The one engine looks a bit wonky. I will fix that off camera just by undocking and redocking. Yeah, you can tell by the docking ports that it's a bit wonky. Yeah. Anyway, that's Duna and back again, pretty much prepared for the mission. Jebediah will be going to Duna, landing down on the surface, collecting science into his pod, and then taking off. I've made it a vertical takeoff because I wanted it to look different and interesting. That's pretty much my only reason for doing that. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you again next time for more experimenting.